Hello, Pisces, and welcome to the Tarot Writer. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a tarot reading for the month of June for the sign of Pisces. What I have for you is not a tarot card for the day, for your energy card, I'm sorry. What I do here is I give you a energy quote by an author. So your quote for the month of June is, "You have to pick the places you don't walk away from." And that's by Joan Didion. I'll have it at the top for you right there. You have to pick the places you don't walk away from. I think don't is the operative word there. You don't walk away from. All right, so maybe Pisces in June, you're going to have to figure out, where you're staying and where you're leaving. All right, let's see what we have for you here, Pisces. Thanks for joining me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. As a new channel, I really do appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. All right, first card out for Pisces today is the Magician. Great. All right, so there's some potential here. Maybe as summer's wrapping around or coming up, you really want to get things charged and rolling. You're ready to go. Maybe for new love, a new career, just getting out there and exercising. Magician is all about power and potential and using that energy to create something. So let's see what you're creating, Pisces, for the month of June. It's a beautiful month to create. And we have the Queen of Swords. So think with your creation, and I think, well, like the quote says, you have to pick the places you don't walk away from. So some places you will want to create, and other places you're going to want to move on from. Some places you're going to really want to work on, maybe with some relationships. Maybe this is to yourself or with somebody else. And other things you might find that you've learned your lessons and it's time to get on. It's time to move on. The Queen of Swords, she's a very perceptive woman, and she will cut you out if she feels like it's necessary. So I don't know, maybe you're going to feel this motivation to move on. Maybe you're not going to pick this place to stay, or whatever this place may mean to you. Okay, and we have a Queen of Wands. So we have very feminine energy here. Let me just look at this. As I look at the Queen of Swords, she's looking at the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is not looking at her. So it almost makes me feel like you are going to be charged to move away from somebody who's not really giving you the time of day anyway. Look at, see how the Queen of Swords looks at her, her face is turned away. It looks like, you've had enough of maybe somebody's, a bull jazz who's not giving you the attention that you want or you need. This could be a relationship that was purely sexual for somebody because she is a very sexual person. But let's see where this goes. But so far I'm getting that you feel good and charged to kind of like move on. Let's see where the story goes. I think Queen of Wands also could be you in a sense that you want to get things moving and going for yourself because you have the Magician and the Queen of Wands. And if I'm going to see you as possibly that Queen of Swords, like you're just ready to move onward and upward, which is a great feeling. All right, the next card out, we have the Page of Swords. So let me see. Page of Swords. So, yeah, I'm kind of getting the feeling with the Page of Swords that you just have new ambitions. The Page of Swords, sure, it can be communication, but with like you moving onward, I almost feel like the Page of Swords comes in as like this delightful new inspiration. That's what the Page of Swords is all about. She is the apprentice of the tarot deck, and she's all about inspiration, coming up with new ideas and ways of doing things, and she's very smart and inspired. So I feel like you're taking this energy to do something, whether it's with somebody, or maybe you are, it's just this lighter energy. And for it to come after the Queen of Swords is really nice, because Queen of Swords comes with a lot of weight inside of her because she has so many, difficult experiences in her past. That's why they call her the Queen of Sorrow. So as you're moving on, maybe past whatever relationship this person is, I feel like you're just going to have this moment of elation, of fun. You just want to get out there and maybe strike up new conversations with people, maybe get out dating and communicating. And I think that's maybe what this Magician is about too. It's like you just want to have fun and you're recharged. You are recharged and you want that reciprocation. Let's see what we have as your middle card. Okay, and we have the Wounded Warrior as your middle card right here. And I think that is interesting because I think that's why you're looking away, is because I really think you want something fun. This energy is like really hard work, and look, the guy's all bandaged. So, like, it's just you put a lot of time and strength and energy into something. And I think as your middle card, the heart of your reading, which lies right in the center, it's looking at her because I think you want this. You just want to have a new perspective, have some nice, fun, stimulating conversations with people, and you want to put all this behind you. This could also be the Queen of Wands kind of looking back at you and realizing how much fun you're having. Because I think you are a fun person. Pisces is a lot of fun. They are the daydreamers, the lovers. They're very sensitive, and I think you're ready to like kind of swim back into the dating profile and maybe get things going. But with the Nine of Wands here, that's a tough energy to overcome. But I see you're moving forward. And then the the Hanged Man came out. Okay. So, I think with the Hangman here, either you or another person, could be the Queen of Wands, might have this moment of enlightenment after this is going to happen after some time goes on in June. So this could be like mid-June, which makes sense because it's like the sixth card here, second row. So maybe the second to third week of June, somebody might be having like just this realization. It might be you, it might be this Queen of Wands, but I think it's like, think this is you, maybe even coming out of those Nine of Wands. I think it's this realization like, I want to go back and have fun. I want a lighter energy. I want, just somebody to treat me the way I want to be treated. And I think with the Hangman, it comes to the surface, all your hopes and desires and everything that you've been missing out on. Right? I think this is card is you. I think, yeah, it's going to take some time, but I think it's going to be like this moment where you realize, look what I've been missing out on. And it's taken some time. It's taken this, I have to move this. All right, we'll do that. There we go. Move these up a little, like so. I mean, the Hangman is also like kind of feeling stuck. So if this is like a person, I think this person might feel a little stuck because they know that, you moved on. Let's see what else we have. And we have the Nine of Swords. So that goes right down here. And as we say, feeling stuck, I think that's what this card is about. I think somebody might try to come back in again. And, as I'm seeing you as the swords in this reading so far, I think you are going to have a moment in June where you're at the Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands right there. And as you were being playful and fun and getting out there on the dating scene and, like not looking back, well, it's like you're back in your own head about this person again. So there was like this moment of relief in June where you're like, I'm moving on, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then boom, you're right back here. But I mean, we're going to clarify these cards. So maybe it'll give us a little bit of a deeper reading as to who you're dealing with here. What do we have next for? Okay, so a couple cards want to come out. And as I said, somebody might be coming back. We do have the Four of Cups here. And, do you want to receive this offer? I mean, I think this person might really miss you. They know you screwed up, and that's why, not you screwed up, I'm sorry. I think they know they screwed up and they miss you and they want you back. And I think that's what's going to put you back in this state. The nines in the tarot deck are all about excessiveness. Everything being excessive. So here you have your energy being excessive, and your swords here is like excessive thinking. And it's because I think you're going to be offered something that you thought you had already let go of and that you had already moved on from. Boo hoo hoo, because now you need to make a choice, or there's something that, you thought you were over it. You had moved on. And then it was like this jealousy. This person comes back, so they're jealous. And it's always the case when they see how much fun you're having, how confident you are, how much you're getting on in your life. It's like, oh wait, hold on, don't leave me. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is about collaboration, working together, and wanting to grow foundation. And I think you can do that with the energy of the Magician, with the energy of the Page of Swords. I don't think you necessarily can only grow something with this person. We're going to clarify. We'll see what lands on that person. But you are itching to go somewhere, reach a higher plane of just state of being. So with this Three of Pentacles, you will be moving forward one way or another, but you're going to have to kind of, navigate past some of these tougher energies. And that might be kind of difficult because you start off really good in June. You're like, charge, I'm out of here. I'm doing what I have to do. And, F you. But then, all of a sudden somebody like puts a wall up and it like blocks you, and then you have to think about it, like, what am I doing here? Hold on, because I think this is somebody who you really cared about and loved. Let's see what we have for the Magician here. Magician, please, what do we have? And we have the Three of Cups. So now we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, okay? So that's what I was just saying. You can do whatever you want to do in June without this person or with this person. But with these three and three, this really talks about, emotional growth, growing with like your work, with who you want to spend your energy and your time with. And sure, you can see the Three of Cups as like a reunion card, but I even think that's going back to like maybe new people, different people, and seeing what you can organize there. I think you're reorganizing, reestablishing who you are and who you want to grow with. Let's get another card on Magician. Yes, Ace of Rods. I mean, you see, as it resonates with you, you might say, I want that new beginning with the Queen of Wands. And absolutely, then that's what you do. This is your world. You apply it to however you will. But I mean, I really think this is reorganizing and reestablishing relationships, or having new relationships. with somebody who can really make you feel really good. But either way, you have the energy of the Magician for June. So that's yours and it belongs to you. You can do anything with that energy because you have it all. That's the thing. Like the Magician has the wand, the pentacle, the cup, the sword. So you take that and do as you will with it. What do we have for the Queen of Swords now? Look at that beautiful energy. We have the star here. And again, this is starting over. We have the ace to the star, you know, so you're cleansing, you're getting rid of, and you are starting to, you know, cleanse what no longer belongs in your world. Or sure, if you want to see that this is a person who you don't want to let go of, then you keep them. This is like a wish fulfillment card. So it's your time now as you move forward decisively. What do you want? Like, what are you putting in its place? What do you want to grow there? Kind of relationships, you know. And I think one of the reasons why you get such in the Nine of Swords head at some point in the month is because I always say with the star, you're nude, you're naked. And nakedness, nudity is, there's a vulnerability behind it. Okay, because you feel everything. You have like fresh skin because I think you have just moved on from this person. So yeah, look at this. So death and the star. So death, you are definitely making a new transformation here. There is this letting go, death of the old, and then there's this rebirth. All right, so you're being lit. Your path is being lit by just starlight, and starlight is not the sun. It's not incredibly bright, but it will light your path. So I think at first, as you move forward, you're going to be like, well, where do I go? What do I do? You know, just hold on, because with death there, you're just transforming. You're just in the beginning of this transformation, a personal transformation. Okay, what do we have on this Queen of Wands? Let's see what this Queen of Wands tells us. The Tower. Queen of Wands energy can be a little ruthless, I'm not going to lie. And it's kind of, sometimes it could be like my way or the highway. This person just could have caused a lot of catastrophe in your life. You know, he or she could have just kind of ruined things for you, embarrassed you, kind of used you, or maybe it was just a destructive breakup. But, you know, a lot of anger, fighting, there's could be a lot on this Queen of Wands. You know, and I think that's why you had to move forward, because it came crumbling down. So it looks like, according to this reading, that you will have another chance to kind of pick up the pieces and put it back together. But are you going to want to do that? Or are you going to want to have communication with other people? Let's see what else we have on the Queen of Wands. Let's see what else we have for Queen of Wands. As I just noticing, I mean, on all the Tower cards, they always have this, like the two people falling out of there, but it just really seems like this was a hardcore falling out. It was not an easy relationship. Could have been abuse, something like that. Like, I'm just getting like, this is pretty, it's pretty serious. Yeah, Three of Swords. I mean, the cards don't lie. You hear me shuffling them. I'm not picking them. So this is what we're getting on the Queen of Wands. You got to pick up the pieces, Pisces, and swim on. Let's see what we have in this Page of Swords. Judgment. Yeah, I think you're making a judgment call with this card. You know, I think you're seeing things at a new perspective. Again, another major arcana. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas, just like in almost just the first row into the second. Judgment here, this is your call. This is your renewal, your reawakening. This is like another calling. So this person might actually be calling you, and you're going to have to make that judgment call. It's going to put you in a tough state of mind, of thinking, of energy. But I think this is also judgment about where you want to place your energy and your thoughts and how you want to operate within your system of within the world, how you want to communicate and, you know, your new idea, how you go out into the world with now having this experience. You know, let's get another call on judgment. But yeah, I think this is just, you're going to have another chance. But, you know, again, look at this. Like, you're going to have your chance, but do you really want it? I mean, this soldier is like beat up. Let's get another card on judgment. Yeah, so we have the Six of Swords as well. Sure, some people just see this as like learning your lessons and moving on to calmer waters, but I don't really see it. I think you have to be careful about moving back to this situation. You know, you might think this person might say, "Oh my God, I missed you and I learned my lesson." But I mean, take it as it resonates. If this, you know, if you're truly in love with this person and you want to go back, and that's just what you do. But if there was violence and anger and something was like this, it was very volatile and it just erupted, you know, you might have that second chance, but it might be better to steer clear. Like your quote says, you have to pick the places you don't walk away from. Is this something you're just going to choose not to walk away from, or is this something you're going to choose to walk away from? Sometimes the quotes, I'm telling you, the energy quotes are really jiving with the readings. It's crazy. All right, so let's see what we have for this Nine of Wands. Okay, so I swear I can't even. Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So you, as your middle card, I always call like the middle card like the heart of the reading, and it's very significant to me. You know, you are going to be put in such this state of like emergency. You know, I might even call it that for somebody who like needs to hear this. Like, this is like a state of emergency, I feel like you need to listen to yourself and what this person does to you, what state they put you in. Because if this is how you feel when you are around this person, or if this is how they make you feel, like the wounded warrior and trapped and imprisoned within your own thoughts, I mean, you have to listen to yourself, because that's no bueno. That's Spanish, by the way. Just kidding. So let's get another card out on that Nine of Wands and Eight of Swords. What do we have for that? Because the power has shifted, the power dynamic has shifted, and now you are at the top, and you're doling out the coins or the crumbs. And I think this person sees it. They know that you left them in a lurch, maybe like, oh no, like they didn't think so. But I don't think this was a reciprocated relationship then. And I don't think it ever will be. Not with these energies. You know, so you have to take your power back and, you know, really, really think about it. That's what the hangman is for. He's hanging out real cool like, and he's just thinking about things. That's why his kneecap goes that way. Do you see that? Because this demonstrates a past coming into the present, and you're like thinking about all the lessons you've learned. And as I say, the lessons you've learned, here the Hierophant is. He is the Pope of the deck. And are you learning your lessons as you sit there and think, or do you want to go through this karmic cycle all over again? I don't think this is a, you know, terrible, awful person. Maybe they were. It's not for me to decide. But I think maybe this person came into your world to have to teach you something, a little bit about commitment to yourself, to your own heart, and your own emotional stability. Let's see what else we have there. Nine of Coins. And I love this card because to me, I always say, if you listen to any of my other readings, that the Nine of Pentacles to me is like it's a healing card to me, because you're independent, you're strong, you're worthy. This is when you come back to your own sense of abundance and you're being guided by your own strengths, your own strong mentality, your own emotional capabilities, and I think this is where you really just like find yourself, in your own hands, and you're loving on yourself and you've worked really hard for this. So that's why I don't want you just to like run back, scurrying back to this person, because you've learned all these lessons and it's kind of like it it transformed you. It's really a beautiful thing. Let's see what lands on this Nine of Swords. Six of Cups. I think you're going to feel the pressure to go back. The Six of Cups is, can be soulmate energy. It's this idea of going, you're going to be nostalgic. Oh, well, maybe that person wasn't so bad. I did some bad things too, maybe I'm not such a great person either. And maybe they weren't so bad. I mean, we did have a close connection. I never felt like I did with this person. I feel like that's going to be you all night, and maybe it was a close connection. And maybe it was deep rooted, and I just feel like your mind is going to be spinning at night. Let's see what else we get on that. Don't forget though, the Six of Cups is also about being generous and really, it's this card of support and generosity. So is that what you felt from this person? Can you genuinely say that they treated you like a kin almost? Oh, I got a bunch of cards out here. Okay, then we have the King of Swords that lands on here, as well as the Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands. So look how they're both looking at that. And what that tells me is that you're going to use your mind. You're going to be analytical, and you're going to come with the support of all your energy, all these experiences. And you're going to be able to almost like fight back these thoughts, because you will have learned. The King of Swords is a man of action, and he doesn't F around. He raises that sword when he realizes something needs to be removed, and he does so. And he's being backed by this energy of the Nine of Wands. So when you fall into this state, if you do, or when you do, I think you're going to come to this place where you're going to realize that enough is enough. And that's the King of Swords to me. He's very detached and he can be cold. And I think you're going to realize that that's kind of how you have to be with these energies. You're just going to have to let go. If you fall into this energy of like nostalgic and, nightmare energy, harness that King of Swords energy where you just have to be detached, a little cold, and move on. And even though how that's going to be difficult, because maybe this person's looking at you like with all this passion, like, come on, come back. But, you have to do what you have to do for yourself. Okay, so let's clarify the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. Queen of Swords again, man. So you are really picking up this sword energy. You are not letting this person back in. You're really letting it go. I'm kind of proud of you. I think you're really putting down, you're really dropping the hammer. You're really saying, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. All right. And you have the Lover's card right here. I think because you're moving on to something that's healing and better, more fruitful for you. And I would say the words like fruitful, but what I mean by fruitful is that it's more nourishing. It has like that nectar of life to it. This kind of sucked the life out of you. And the Queen of Swords knows it, and she's really looking for something nourishing that can really be there for her or him if you're a male watching. Let's see what this Three of Cups is about. Again, let it resonate as it will. Maybe that Three of Cups is a reunion. Maybe that lover is this person kind of like turning over a new leaf. But I don't know. You wanna it's teach their own. You have to look at your own life. You have the Magician again. So this tells me through the Magician, you're going to take this energy, this charge, whatever you have inside of you, and you are going to put it through like the Three of Cups. Like it's going to be charged through. It's going to be channeled through the Three of Cups. And that is going to create, I think, let's see what the second card is. I'm very curious. I think it's a new creation. It's going to be a new relationship. Even if it's with yourself, it's just going to be like, you're going to be creating your own bliss, your own joy. This can be getting together with friends, just kind of like changing your lifestyle around and raising your vibration. I know that kind of sounds hokey pokey, but sometimes that happens after you've been like in a relationship for so long that maybe it's been kind of like a little draining. And as I said, draining, I'm looking at these pots over here. She's draining these water. Okay, what do we have? My Priestess. So interesting. What this tells me is that by the end of June, you will know. I know that sounds like a cop out or something, but with the High Priestess here, this is you. This is Pisces energy. And I think you are going to be, there will be revealed within you your own truth of what your own happiness, and you will be guided to stronger states of mind, of being, of emotional wellness, with or without that person. You see as it's fit. I'm no person to tell you that you can't, to let this, it's up to you. But these energies are really strong, and they're beautiful, and they're working with you. They're guiding you. The High Priestess is the revealer of secrets. I think behind this curtain, that's where all your emotional expression will come up, and it will be channeled through the Magician. And I think you're going to find beautiful, abundant joy. Somehow it'll be refreshed and created by you. It's nothing that's going to be handed to you. You are going to recreate this. You're going to go through a bit of a state of emergency here, but in the end, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think you have to owe it all to yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles, and I think things will be balanced out again. I think you're gonna have to deal with some rough water, but then by the end of the month, you'll be all right. You will be all right. All right, Pisces. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. As I said, a new channel. I need all your support. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me at the Tarot Writer.